So it's been a while since I've. Oh, fuck, this life thing is just. It just gets in the way, you know. It's just stuff. You gotta. Ah, it's just so distracting. So I was thinking about. I had a conversation the other day with this dude in person who was like, which happens very rarely. You find someone receptive, you know, who's who gets it, some you know, like some aspects of the philosophy. So like it's basically like this, like these three positions, right? Efilism, the right to no longer exist. That's a rights argument. So it goes more into the legality rather than not just the legality. I mean the ethics too, but rather than the whole philosophy. You know. And then there's promortalism. So basically the link between these, there's an underlying premise which links all three of them, which is recognizing that whatever this thing life is, whatever this is, it can and it will inevitably inflict death. The dying thing will be experienced by sentient beings. So once we know that, right? Once we are aware of this fact and we have sufficient amount of evidence to believe, to decisively say that yes, life will cause death for sure, and the dying part is tough because it's there the mechanism of the sentient machine is basically to just keep moving forward, just like basically an addiction. No matter what, just keep going. So when they'll be dying, their body will be like in distress, fighting to no, I don't want to die, this and that. So this fact is simply like it just states that life is fatal, right? It's it's a fatal sexually transmitted disease. Yeah, and it's it's not a good thing. A disease is not a good thing. We should cure it. End it. So because it causes this, like again there are just the all the other arguments for how bad it gets for sentient beings here. Just this one fact that they're going to experience death is it's just it should be enough to just come to the conclusion that yeah, this is not a good game. It's way too. It doesn't accomplishes anything. It just makes a liability. And so when I was having this conversation with this person, I made this premise clear that this is the what what argue for. I mean, I argue for veganism as well, but like the whole life thingy. This will be the premise that yeah, dying is not a pleasant thing. Nobody wants to do the dying thing. I mean, they want to be dead. I want to be dead. So I mean, I just, I just, I don't know. Maybe there's someone I can find. Hey, I'll just pay you kill me like without letting me know. That kind of shit. I'll be like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Bring it. Give it to me. But the dying thing, yeah, that's the. It gets tricky, then. So once this fact is established that every day sentient beings die horribly. They're not wanting to die. It's a not pleasant experience, and that happens every day. So why does that happen? What's the cause of it? The number one cause of death again is birth. So that's where the ephilist argument comes. Yeah, just don't prolong this game of yeah. Let's just keep going. Yeah, let this carnage of animals breeding and human beings breeding just let it happen. Don't stop it. That's bullshit. That's where efilism is concerned and says, yeah, we have to end this. Now, the right to die is basically right to no longer uh, exist in term like how do we define existence? Existence is a sentient existence basically. Brain, conscious, capable of feeling sensations. So if you're aware of all of this, so now you know that this is going to the dying thing is going to cause you distress, right? So what you can do now is recognize the fact, yeah, yes, I'm going to die, everybody is going to die, we're just dead people talking on the internet or just doing whatever's, and after that it's just end, nothingness, where you were before you were born 100 years ago. And so yeah, I had this conversation with this other stupid guy too, and they're just too myopic. They just don't wanna get over themselves. So yeah, so right, once you recognize that there are these, you're going to be dead. That's you can't escape that. So you can say, hey, why do I prolong it, right? That's the connection between promortalism and sort of the right to die, because uh, it's like, yeah, if I say that I don't want to prolong it, why the fuck should anybody stop me, right? Why the fuck should somebody say, no, 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 you prolong it, you have to prolong it? Why? For what? So that's just bullshit, right? So, and the key is that you're going to die, so the main question is how you die, and that's where the right to die is concerned. Euthanasia, peacefully exiting this game. By the way, I got this new pipe. So it's like you're you're going to choose a way that is the most painless and gives you all the opportunity to uh, be transition into non-existence as peacefully as you can. So that should be the fundamental right granted to all sentient beings. Now, now this is where I reject promortalism. Is the reason is that once you recognize that sentience is causing harm and it will, I'm a sentient being, I will cause harm just by existing, and I will cause harm to myself too just by existing. So why do I need to prolong it? I should end it. It's best that I end it. It's best that it ends. Life ends. So for your own personal existence, the sooner it ends, the better. For the big picture, the sooner life on planet ceases to exist, the better. So yeah, this will be the, you know, the positions that you mm, hold. When you hold these positions, you won't find any inconsistency. You would recognize that, okay, if I'm giving the right to peacefully exit this game, and there's no purpose here, I am going to cause harm just by living, and then it's game over. There's no need to perpetuate more of life. So when I was having this conversation with this guy, he basically just like in 4 words he sort of explained my philosophy to me, that it is no risk, no loss. And yeah, if there's no risk, there's no loss, and that's a good, right? That's automatically a good. And Mars is better. But when I'm already here, then why shouldn't I take the risk? And I was like, what would be the reason to take the risk? If the reason would be to end existence of sentient life on Earth, yes, that's a good reason to take the risk. But if the reason is to anything else, right, in the sense that, I mean, there are different good reasons. Like if you are a doctor and you can give vasectomies, yeah, live, we need you here, give vasectomies, good. So, but in like the whole big picture of what humans can do is just end existence on Earth. Because even the people who need to be vasectomized, I can make the argument, oh, it's better you just euthanize them. Then, yeah, that's an automatic vasectomy too. And the more you look at the system, what's going on here now, like it just recent the, the abortion thing in the U.S. I mean, it's just so fucking like what can you say? They're just religious assholes. That's all you can say. You people are religious assholes. Fuck you. So yeah, the best way the best way to say fuck you is you just get out of it. Fuck you, I'm getting out of it, and you just you know take get your get access to the peaceful means, which should be your right, and just say fuck you. Second would be, yeah, fuck you, we're not having putting more kids in this broken system. Fuck you. So yeah, these are the two things. So yeah, but now that you're already alive, this was his point, that now that I'm already alive, why shouldn't I take the risk? And I said, if you're the only being alive, if you're the one sentient being here, then it's uh, it's just mm, no reason for you to exist, even a minute. For what? What opportunity? For I can risk and I can get an opportunity to become better. For what? Why is the real question. And it's that's we can't answer that, because again, there's no God, there's no purpose here, there's nothing that the human or sentient existence can accomplish in this universe. Nothing, except for preventing their own losses when they're alive. So it's just so stupid, right? So if you're alone, yeah, you should kill yourself. But if there's another being, and if you're gonna die, nobody can prevent that being suffering. Then yeah, you can make the argument that no, I should live and continue to exist to prevent that being suffering. But even on that, I can say, yeah, the only reason for you to live would be to give that being a peaceful exit. That's it. Nothing else. Won't. Perpetuation is not the logical position. Perpetuating insanity, which is our psychology, basically, just insane and need machines, hungry for another day to live, and just make rationalizations for all the pain and suffering that happens just by our mere existence, just by breathing, so to speak. So, so, right. So this guy was like, we were jumping back and forth on it, and then the thing came to plants, right? And this is one of the things that I just don't. It's just so stupid. Like, plants aren't like plants aren't sentient. That's the key. So it was like, if you just leave the plants, trees behind, yeah, then also that is also like they're also going to die, right? And I'm said, listen, man, if they're going to die, as if an AI if you're gonna define, like, this is the thing, you have, how do you define the death thing? You have to explain the context. If a robot, if a machine, like, it can do all sort of intelligence, can even like talk to you, and it just switches off, you won't say, yeah, it was alive and now it's dead. No, that's this. I mean, you can say it as in metaphorically, the shit is dead, for example, but it's not the truth. The thing is that these, uh, you know molecules that create sensation are create sensation in a brain, which is connected through a central nervous system, and there are pain receptors and all these other sensory inputs, which creates an illusion of individuality, that there's an I. That's the the meaningful, uh, you know sentience, and I mean, I can't think of like a good phrase to put it in, but it's like, you know, the conscious substance that is meaningful is where there is a brain. That's where the awareness, the meaningful awareness of I is created. The illusion of I have of a mission programmed in the being is created. So that's what we should value, and that's is that everything else is tangential to that. The trees will only have value if, you know, it can provide whatever to sentient beings. But here's the thing, right? Yeah, take the trees away to who cares? It doesn't matter. Burn them, whatever. Like they're not sentient. Yeah, you're doing a bad thing in terms of, you know, like you're releasing um, some fumes in the environment which will have a negative effect on a sentient. So that's the only reason why that would be a harm to kill a tree, for example. It's just not. So yeah, it's I don't know, like there's no counter argument. I think once they recognize this fact that this is the perpetuation of whatever this is we're playing is uncertain and is a risk which is not worth any reward, and the risk is not just, you know, you're not alone here. The risk will be imposed on other beings. So again, right back to it, no risk, no loss. And you win if you just end existence, if you turn Earth into Mars. You win because then you won't ever be sentient, as far as we know. So and it's just people want to make up other shit too. Oh, what do you mean? How do you know? How do you know what will happen when we die? When I die, how do you know what will happen? And I'm like, listen to me, dude. You are talking. The you is only detectable because there's a conscious brain. If the brain is unconscious, if they anesthetize you so they can do surgery on you so that you won't feel. So that's the real thing. The brain is the real thing. If there's once the brain is the capacity is, you know, basically once brain is when you're brain dead, you're nothing. Basically nothing. There's no you. There can't be you anymore because you was the brain. Was the brain. The brain which is now eaten up by maggots or something, whatever. So yeah, there's no reason to be afraid of, oh fuck, I'll be dead. There's no reason to be afraid of that. So, and right, coming back to the right to no longer exist, when I know these facts of reality, that hey fuck, I'm going to die anyways, and I don't want to risk for silly trivial joys that people have. I don't want to, and they take risks for that. I don't want to do that. Fuck you people. So that's that should be my right, because I can make a rational argument that, hey, listen to me. I'm not someone who's depressed or whatever cheats and dodges people want to give. I'm just making you the rational argument that I think you are stupid to take a risk for no good fucking reason and die later without even knowing how you'll die. And like, you, some of the ways that sentient beings die on this planet, you can't even see that. So let's not even talk about experiencing it. I don't want to do any of that crap, and I'm perfectly conscious, and I'm saying to you, fuck it. I just want to slide transition into non-existence, into being brain dead as peacefully as I can. So it's my right to be in non-existence, because I can make you the I can see the comparisons. I can see I can compare both of them, and I can see which is better. I can see endless existence would be worse than endless non-existence. Fact. It's just no there's just no way to counter. And even if you make existence pure, like, no foul, nothing, which is impossible. But anyways, everything positive, which is impossible because there's no positive. There's only negatives. There's no positives. So even if you do that, there's nothing lost by not having that if you never would have needed that. So when your brain, which creates everything basically, is dead, then there's no need. So that's the place to be, right, where there's no need. So I want to go there as soon as I can, because fuck this. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck do you mean that, oh no, it's going to be better, live longer, come on. It's only because you're here, it's only because you're there, it's only because you've been suicidal your whole life. It's all this crap. Cut to the real chase. We're talking reality here, and we're saying, yes, this is our decision. Like, as a promortalist, I can recognize, yeah, cessation is the best thing that can happen to a sentient creature. And I'm a sentient creature, and yeah, I want to cease to exist, go into transition into peacefully into non-existence. So that's where both the two topics, I would say, connect. And it's like, and this the other thing, I read a comment the other day. I don't know, YouTube is so shit. Motherfuckers, they just hide comments, and you're like, what the fuck? I mean, I get a notification on my phone, and then it's just, I open the comment and it's not even there. You're like, what the fuck is this crap? So there was this comment, and it's like, I commented on a Benatar response video, and I basically said, you made Benatar's argument for that person, and this other person, whoever it is, just replied to me and said, nothing to do with the video, but your philosophy based on your videos is mass murder and mass genocide. even though the creator of efilism says that you don't have to do this, and it's like so trivial crap. Like, let's say, I won't even, I'll go with these words: mass murder. Why did mass murder happens happened, which we know of, you know? Because there was sentient beings who were going to kill other sentient beings, right? That's mass murder, or one sentient being killing many sentient beings. So my whole argument, the in my videos, what I try to inform is that no sentient beings never ever mass murder Mars, right? No mass murders, no genocide, nothing. No cries, not even a pinprick of a pain being experienced over there. So that's my position. So the people, again, the people who are for letting it be, or perpetuating it, are the true mass murderers, and the people who are feeding the genocide, so to speak. Because you have to recognize that all these events will be prevented, the future events will be prevented, which you don't know of, that could happen if sentient life ceases to exist. Fact. Mars wins. Fact. So, yeah, I think that's enough.